Hello everyone, my name is Langeman Glenn and we're back with Bandicoot month and we're playing Crash Team Racing, which is probably still my favorite game, as I've mentioned about a million times by now. And we're heading towards the ice hub. What was the name again? We'll see it in a minute. Glacier Park, that's right. I remember the names in Dutch. And it wasn't Glacier Park. Though Blizzard Bluff was the same. I'm pretty sure. Right. So there's not really a whole lot going on with this map. There are a few shortcuts you can take by using turbos at the right time. Am I not being a complete idiot like me? Yes, I could have taken that one right here, but I screwed up. I don't remember whether you can actually go through here as well, or if you get picked up by Aku Aku if you do so. Dingle Dow's got some rubber bending going on right now. There we go. That's the shortcut I meant. I tend to screw up that one, but I managed to get it twice in a row, which is pretty impressive for me. I'm not usually bad at taking shortcuts, but that one, for some reason, gives me trouble. And the one in the sewer level as well. For some reason, I never managed to jump high enough. I never got the timing right. I don't know why. I'd say usually I'm pretty good at this game, but that one map, that one shortcut, just doesn't work for me. But that's alright, I'll still win.
Congratulations, you win a trophy.
Dragon Mines. Alright, this is probably the one and only boss that gives me trouble sometimes, because I simply don't really enjoy this track. It's a nice track and all, but I'm not good at this one. The shortcut, there is sort of a shortcut in this one, but you can really only take it if you've got a turbo item. It's not really doable with power sliding, as you've got too little space to do so. It's possible, but it's way too tight for that. And it's really not worth it. For some reason, drifting here doesn't always work for me. I don't know why. It'll just simply stop. There's some problems with this track, and I don't know whether it's the game, whether it's my copy of the game, or it's simply me. But I've got issues. So that shortcut takes you over here, the minecart track, but it's really not that great. I wouldn't even consider it a shortcut. Usually it will cost you more time than you gain.
Too bad.
It's because it's so bouncy that you'll just stop drifting, which is very strange. It's the physics working against itself. And it almost made me lose. But you know, still got it, so doesn't matter. But there's some physics in that track that's just working against itself.
Congratulations, you win a trophy.
These are gonna be some short episodes. Other one. Yeah, got it.
To access this track, you must first.
No Sherlock. I should probably use the minimap more often. Usually I just don't. I always love snow levels. I enjoy them in whichever game, it doesn't matter. Whether it's a shooter, a platformer. I always just love the aesthetic of it. Though ice physics suck, usually. What happened there? So my last PS2 controller broke on this map. Kind of screwed up the R1 button. I don't know what it is with DualShock 2 controllers, but they are pretty weak compared to other PlayStation controllers. Very strange. Ah. That was bad. When I was younger, I would just continuously jump on these ice paths because it wouldn't make me slip as much. But now, simply drift over it. Oh, come on, I didn't hit it. Oh, went too fast. That's also possible. Taking this ramp's very dangerous. Kind of proud of that, actually. Just... That was probably the second shortcut I discovered on my own. Other than the one in the sewer levels. Because that one was just obvious, but pretty hard to take. Oops. Whoops, I wasn't paying attention. That one was close. Really? That was nasty. I might actually lose this one now. I can still do this, but... perhaps. Nope. Nope. My god. Actually lost. That was bad. That one potion really screwed me up. Oh. Guess this episode might not be as short as I thought. Let's just breeze through this again. No problem. No jumping there, or I'll just fall in again. So there's this trick to shoot rockets backwards, but it's really not worth it. Oh, really? Really? I'm having some bad luck on this track. Usually I'm pretty good at this one. I say without having proof of that.
The one for the road. Coming through.
Alright, let's gain back the distance. Really? How come I'm having so much trouble with this track today? Not myself. Alright. Oh. This is gonna come in handy with those seals. I'm not gonna try that one now. I'm in a good position. Alright, that's better. I don't know what came over me, but that was awful. Considering that's actually one of my favorite tracks in the whole game.
Congratulations. You win.
It might actually be just my favorite, which is weird. My favorite and least favorite tracks are both in the same hub. But this track though, this track you've got to hear the music, it's the best. You've got to look up the pre-console versions. Just Mansell is uploading them on his SoundCloud page occasionally. It's pretty darn great. I really do recommend you take a listen to that. The music is so bouncy and this track is so bouncy. It's amazing. Sometimes you get lucky with those TNTs when they're stuck on your head and you launch them off. You might actually hit someone behind you with it. That just so happens to be driving right where it lands. Wonderful when it happens. Not as much when it happens to you. Now, when I was talking in the first part about those illegal copies that I used to own, that I've thrown out by now, all of them. I actually, they were in black and white when I played them on my television. It was a color television, but for some reason, and the weird thing was, some games would play in color and some games wouldn't. However, when I played it on a television that had a silver casing, it would play in color. Any television that I owned with a black casing, it wouldn't. It's just a coincidence, but it was so weird. I don't know why I launched that other one against the wall. I just did. Felt like pressing the circle button for some reason. This is probably one of the longest tracks in the games. In the game, excuse me. It takes forever to cross. Just imagine playing this track before you learn to use the power slide properly and the mini turbos. It takes freaking ages. When I was younger, all I knew was just hold X to drive and like steer with your directional buttons, that's it. And of course dropping items, but I didn't know how to properly use the power sliding. I couldn't get the mini turbos from power sliding to work too well. I was just not fast enough to do such a thing. But yeah, took forever. About 2 minutes per lap if you do it without turbos. And without power sliding. Alright. On to probably my least favorite boss in the game.
So, you've beaten all the other racers on these tracks. Well, now you see why I'm the most feared driver on the circuit. I'll earn the right to face Oxide by crushing you into brick dust. Let's race.
Alright, so let's do this. I'm so sorry. Oh yeah, that monster. That's what happens to you when a driver up ahead of you loses his TNT from his head. And it lands on top of you. It's exactly the same effect. My god. Alright, that was completely on my part. And that one as well. I'm screwing up so bad. Alright. So there's still a bit of rubber bending in the AI, where if you fall behind too much, they'll slow down. Makes it a bit easier to catch up if you screw up like I just did. There's no way of actually drifting through that corner. It's freaking impossible. What? Ooh, close. So I usually don't get this boss in the first try, sometimes not even the second. But perhaps I'm lucky. Probably not. But who knows? Oh, are you kidding me? How did he recover so much faster than I did? That's a load of crap. Well, I guess I'll have to do it again. I could have made it if that nitro crate didn't hit myself. I guess it's just the way it is. Let's go for a wider field of view. No, don't get too close to me. Thank you. So the rubber bending is gonna work against me now. Probably. Still, it's a lot of path memorizing. Get away from me, get away. Screw you. It's always nice to see other racers blow up with TNT on their head. It's just... it's got something satisfying about it. Alright, I'm definitely gonna make it now. There's no way I'll still lose. Unless that card hits me. Thank you. Alright. So that's 2 losses in this entire playthrough so far. I'd say it's not bad. I could do better. I mean, by now I know this game the inside out. That's pretty bad on my part, but you know, I'll take it.
You're not so slow after all. Surprised me you did. Here's a key for the win. Still, I think you're not fast enough to outrace Oxide. We're going to lose our planet, and it will all be your fault.
So, that's pretty funny, because he says he's gonna do it, but he's slower than me, and so he'll just blame me if it's not gonna work. I know, alright. Anyway, I'm gonna leave this episode right here, and we'll head off to Pinstripe's castle. It's not actually his castle, but it's the castle. We're gonna race Pinstripe. That's how you pronounce it, right? Anyway, I'll see all you guys in the next video. Goodbye.